wreaking havoc with the Devil's Mother on Season 2 of Lucifer.
Plus, DC is getting in on the Election Day fun, so get ready for DC All Access.
Go vote! Hey guys, I'm Tiffany Smith.
And I'm Jason Inman. Before you head to your polling place, we've got a rundown of the latest DC news.
The Dark Knight is enduring a punishing onslaught from a relentless string of villains in All-Star Batman. Now, Bruce is stuck on Two-Face's Riverboat Casino, which is overrun by deadly assassins who all want Batman dead before the barge plunges over Niagara Falls. Ante up and grab a copy of issue 4 this week.
You can help celebrate the spirit of democracy with Catwoman Election Night and a new issue of one of my favorites, The Flintstones. In the Catwoman special, Selina digs her claws into Gotham City's dirty mayoral race. Meanwhile, the outcome of 2 elections in Bedrock could mean the start of a revolution. Cast your vote and pick up Catwoman Election Night #1 and The Flintstones #5 starting tomorrow.
DC's Young Animal debuts Gotham City's Celebutant Vigilante hybrid in the new series Mother Panic.
So Mother Panic is a brand new Gotham-based vigilante. Her real identity is Violet Page, who's sort of known as a scene-causing, troublemaking celebutant. The type of person who would be on TMZ if she lived in LA, like every other week, pretty much. But she has this really dark past, and it's something that people looking at her exploits in the tabloids would never guess, because she seems sort of very shallow and privileged. But no, she's created a new identity for herself called Mother Panic, and she's sort of delving into the elite, really corrupt side of Gotham City and making those people pay for some stuff they might have done.
Stay calm and pick up your copy of Mother Panic #1 tomorrow. Also, don't forget that you can catch all the creative teams behind DC's Young Animal, including Mastermind Gerard Way, this weekend at North Carolina Comic-Con.
Your favorite 80s vampire movie has risen from the dead in Vertigo's The Lost Boys. The comic is a sequel to the film and sees the Frog Brothers taking on a deadly gang of female vampires known as the Blood Bells. Stock up on garlic and sink your fangs into issue #2 starting tomorrow.
In DC Collectibles news, you can cool off your Bombshells lineup with the addition of Killer Frost. The 10.5-inch stunner was designed by Aunt Lucia and is the perfect way to give your winter decorations some much-needed DC flair. Put on a pair of mittens and pick up one for yourself today.
On the TV side, the Legion of Doom starts to take shape this week on DC's Legends of Tomorrow. The team travels to the 1980s and finds Damien Dark meddling in the affairs of President Reagan's administration. And the return of Reverse Flash could mean that the team's future is doomed. Strap into your time machine this Thursday on the CW.
Lucifer's scorching hot second season proves that even the devil has family baggage. And in Lucifer's case, she is especially all-powerful. For today's featured story, we are chatting with star Tricia Helfer to find out how Lucifer's mom is stirring up trouble.
Going into the newest episode, Mom's plan is really going to start to take hold. And, you know, the things that happened with Uriel in episode 5 and the harshness of it, and also the damage that it has kind of done, and the grieving process that has to go through. Going into 8, she's really now starting to formulate her plan. So she starts to become much more manipulative and much more a gal with a plan.
Well, I was going to say, when we first meet Charlotte, you don't really know what her motives are. You can't really tell if she's going to be totally off the rails bad or maybe walk like a little bit on the line. And then you do that little smirk at the end, and it was like, oh God, she is about to go crazy and kind of wreck everything.
I know the fans really responded to that little smirk at the end, and it was funny because when we were shooting it, I really was, she is maternal. She's a mother that really does love her sons and wants her life back. I wasn't looking at it in any evil way, right? But that little last look up to my ex-husband, it just came out. It wasn't scripted that there's a smirk or whatever, and it was just like.
And then I've got to ask, obviously, you talk about being a character that is above humans and then coming in and kind of inhabiting their world. You went from number 6 to 666. So what was that like for you? Do you feel like there's anything that you brought from that experience into this one?
They're very different characters because number 6 was very strategic, very precise, and in many ways very I tried to bring in a vulnerability to some of the versions of 6. And with Mom, I feel there's less of that. As she gets further along in the season, yes, she's more calculating, more precise. But in the beginning, she's more fish out of water, which wasn't 6 at all.
Yeah.
One of the things I kind of feel that is similar is there was an intensity in the eyes sometimes. I think when 6 looked at people, she was really trying to read them. And I think with Mom, I'm trying to bring, in some ways, bring that back. Especially when I'm talking to Lucifer, because Lucifer has an eye thing, you know, obviously when his eyes flash, when the devil flashes out. But if there's characteristics between the two, you know, he follows after Mom in many ways. So I do kind of an intensity. Like I will look at him, you know, as I suppose mothers do to children. You are going to bed.
I feel like I just got in trouble.
Less so with an adult son. Yeah. But I think they're, you know, in some scenes where they're, you know, in conflict, it is sort of it's almost a competition with each other in the eyes.
All right, folks, the polls are closed, and we're ready to project the winner of the Panel of the Week.
Before we go, we have got a copy of Lucifer Season 1 on Blu-ray to give away to one of you.
For your chance to win, click subscribe and then let us know down in the YouTube comments what was your favorite panel from last week's DC comic books.
And make sure you use the new hashtag MyDCAA Sweepstakes entry for your chance to win. And if you want to know the full rules, check out the link in the description below.
Now go vote.
See you tomorrow.